Yo, what's going on you guys? My name is Zeppelin and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is a video that I'm quickly recording before the video you're about to watch that I'm going to be putting in front of every reaction from here on that I am doing on the Greta Van Fleet Battle at Gardens Gate album. The reason I'm doing this is because I was kind of struggling to sit down and finish the album. I've been finding myself kind of stressed for time lately, and on top of that having to do an intro and an outro onto all of them was just getting a bit tedious when I wanted to kind of sit and just listen to the songs piece by piece and give my reaction to them and then straight away move on to the next one without really having to worry about giving the typical intros and outros that you get from a YouTuber. So I decided that I would actually do them here. So this will be played in front of every video. So if you enjoy this video that you're about to watch, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comments below telling me what you think of the reaction of the song and whether you agree with me or not. I want to hear all opinions, so make sure to leave them for me down in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Peace. Okay, Greta Van Fleet, Stardust, Chords, here we go. Interesting start already. I like the effects they're using on his voice here. It's hard to tell, are we getting a slow song or are we getting a high pace? This is an intro. Okay, this is my question, sort of. Turn that up a bit for myself. Alright, let me throw a pause in there real quick. Maybe I just wasn't tuned in right there, but the intro sounds very detached from the main body of the song, if that makes sense. Like, the sound sounds very detached. It sounds like, unless of course it ties in at the end, which it very much could. It could be one of those ones that pulls back to the original sound that the song started on and could be in line with the themes that the song is talking about. Again, I just want to let you know that I don't actually have the lyrics here with me for a first time reaction. I like to more so get into the sound than the lyrics necessarily. So it could be fitting in thematic wise, but to me it sounds like it's something that should have been a separate interlude or called an interlude on an album. Again, maybe that's just because, you know, Muse like to do their interludes before songs on albums, so maybe there's a bias in that regard why I'd be saying that, but that's just the impressions I'm getting off it so far. In terms of the main body of work itself, I haven't heard of enough of it yet to really make an opinion. It hasn't hooked me at all. Nothing I like, but nothing I dislike. I just need to give it more and see how it goes, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get straight back into it. I like that chorus. I presume that's the chorus. Can't go wrong with that sound in the guitar, can you? I mean, like, there's just... it's perfection. It's the embodiment of rock. I'll bring it back a bit. This is the last pause I'm going to do because I want to let this kind of play through. The chorus I really like, as I said there. I do enjoy the chorus. This is a song I think I'd really enjoy more live. Now, not actually watching a live performance. I've gotten a lot of comments saying to watch live performances, and I understand why, but live performances can sometimes be a hit or miss for some bands. I know for especially what Greta Van Fleet have been doing, where they're kind of doing live performances, but in lockdown, that they're staged live performances, so they're going to sound pretty well. But a lot of the time, I'm trying to avoid live in general. Because again, I know how good live can be and how it can elevate a song. Again, Muse fan, one of the best live bands in the world. But some bands just don't do their songs justice live, and sometimes Greta Van Fleet can be one of them. They've had a couple of bad performances in their early days. So kind of just as a rule of thumb, I want to be able to take in as much of the song as I can through their studio version, and then if I decide to in my own time, listen to the live version. But even still, I don't think the live version of this song, watching it online, would do it justice for me. I'd have to be there. I think if I was in a crowd, or if that was playing, if a band was doing that in a pub or something, I'd really enjoy it. As I said, I really do like the chorus, but the verses aren't hitting with me at all. I think the verses are rather basic. I think they sound a little redundant to me, a little boring. Like, again, always relating it back to Muse, they have ones like that as well, where it feels like they have something really powerful and great in the chorus, but they don't necessarily have a song around that. So it's almost like the verses are filler in order to get to the chorus, and that's sort of the vibe that I get here. But again, it's first listen, so I would please ask again, don't judge my opinion fully on this either, because it is just after one listen. But let's continue on, and no more pauses. We'll play through the last 2 minutes and I will leave you with my final thoughts. Oh, change up. Okay, that was Greta Van Fleet, Stardust, Chords. Now, oh boy, I remember a comment or two telling me about Stardust Chords, that it was mentioned, so I think this could be a favourite among some, so you're not going to like this. My opinion of this song isn't necessarily that it's bad, but it feels like the description I was just making up there at the end of it. It feels like the first album sound, or the first album, a song from the first album. Okay, no, I can describe it better than that. Not a song, but it sounds like first album style Greta Van Fleet with a spray coat of second album on it. You know, it definitely still has a thematic style of this album that is definitely way above the first album. But in terms of just the quality of the song itself, it sounds more first albumy, which if you've been watching this reaction series through and through, you'll know that I don't hold the first album in very high regard, even though I really like Greta Van Fleet and have liked them since that first album. So I think to give my final ratings on that song, I would give it a 7. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to give that a 6.5. And the only reason I'll give it a 6.5 is because so far it's my least favorite one. And I could be wrong in this, but I think I might have given one of the other songs a 7. Was it My Way Soon? It might have been that. But no, for me, that is the worst one so far, especially off the back of the last song. I don't know, it doesn't really work for me, but again, that could potentially change after another listen. One thing that I think is very cool about this album, again, in comparison to the first, is that it feels like there's more listenability in it, in that you have to revisit some things to understand them better, rather than a fucking slap in the face generic 60s 70s rock album thrown at you that you only really need to listen to once or twice, which is what the first album was. There's definitely a structure here, there's definitely a story going on here, a theme that resonates throughout the progression of the album, and it's better, don't get me wrong, it's better, but in terms of just the overall picture, this one so far would probably be my least favourite. But in saying that, I'm still looking forward to moving on to the next one. So, outro Zeppelin, take it away. Wow, well I hope you enjoyed that reaction. Remember, if you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment down in the comment sections below. I really hope you enjoyed. This is the outro I'll be using for the rest of these videos, similarly to the intro, just to make sure that I can power through and get these reactions done as quickly as possible and get these videos out for you, because I know I have been terrible on getting this series out, and a lot of people have shown interest in it, which I am very thankful and supportive of, so I want to do you guys justice and make sure to get this out. So I hope to see you in the next one, unless this is the last one, in which case thank you very much for listening and being a part of it, and I hope to see you in the next set of reactions that I do in the future, or for any more reactions to stuff that Greta Van Fleet releases in the future. Take it easy, guys. Peace.